Welcome to another edition of CresTV ANZ. My guest this week is Peter Garner from Microsoft. Welcome, Peter.
Hi, Stuart.
So, Peter, we spoke back in September amidst the craziness of last year, which is all kind of a bit of a blur, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What's been the Microsoft and the team's experience in the last 6 months?
Well, our customers initially went through a real roller coaster, absolute action stations through the first half of last year, and then going into the second half, it was much more of a normalization, as much as that's even possible in the last year. Mm-hmm. It's been about getting the right technology into the workplace to support a return to the workplace.
Yes.
And that hasn't been a easy ride as we've gone into lockdown, out of lockdown again, and
borders closed, borders open.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're all accustomed to this term now, hybrid workforce, and it's going to stay, and we're on this trajectory, right? So, I guess how does this work from a technology point of view, though, right? So if I'm at home and I can't really connect properly with the people in the meeting room, it all kind of falls apart. So
totally.
So it's a case now of, if I haven't already got myself a plan, then I really need to in a hurry, right?
That's right. I think what we learned last year is that people can be really effective working from home.
Yep.
That you don't need to see the team, and they don't need to see each other for everyone to be creating great outcomes, working hard, being agile. Working from home turned out to be a really great global experiment, and it works. But now that we can get back into the office, people want to, and really what we're shooting for is the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So if people need to be together, they need to be collaborating face to face, they can do that. They can go to a meeting room. And similarly, if they want to be at home and just get some stuff done uninterrupted or balance their work and life, that's possible too.
Yes.
But as you say, it all hinges on technology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without the technology enabling this hybrid world, it's going to fail.
That's
correct?
Right. Organizations, their success or failure is based on the outcomes that come out of teamwork. The agility, the creativity, that all starts with people working together.
Yep.
And if people being apart breaks that,
Yep.
then an organization has a massive problem.
Yes.
Really, they're not going to be able to respond to whatever the next challenge that's thrown at us is. So getting the technology right to make sure that somebody who is at home or interstate and somebody in the meeting room have the ability to collaborate like they're all together, that is the key. Yeah,
and so part of that in that meeting room, I guess, is addressing the technophobe, right? Because while you and I live and breathe this every day, we're now appealing to a massive, or everybody, right? Everybody who's working has got to become comfortable with that technology.
Yeah.
Right? So it's that consistency in that user experience that doesn't freak people out.
That's right. I mean, the great thing is that we have a lot less technophobes today than we did this time last year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's nothing like an extreme need in a situation to create that impetus for people to embrace technology.
Yep.
And in March, April, May, people did that.
No choice.
No choice. That's right. Embrace platforms like Teams.
Yep.
Turn on cameras.
Yep.
And become comfortable with that. And suddenly we have jumped years in terms of the transformation that we had ahead of us in 1 year.
Yep. Are we still seeing that in Microsoft's usage figures with Teams? Is it still doing this?
Yeah, absolutely, it is. And within that, Teams meetings usage has been going up, and then the incidence of people turning on video has gone right up as well, and stayed up too.
Right.
So we have in Australia one of the highest usage rates of video in meetings, which is great. It shows people have embraced a hybrid workplace.
Yep, absolutely. So the other part of this is beyond the getting people to use this technology and the fact that without technology the hybrid thing won't work, is that CIOs and CTOs are going to be spending a lot of money on all this technology to make all this happen, and they're going to want data in the end to see how these rooms are used and how the are they getting their return on investment, right?
Yeah.
And this is a big deal for Crestron at the moment, because ultimately at the end of 3 months, as much as we all think, we all know the path forward, and we know a certain amount, it's going to evolve a little, isn't it? So we need that data in order to be able to review in 3 months and 6 months and say, okay, we're on the right track, or we need less of this sort of meeting room and more of this sort of meeting room.
Yeah, it's as offices open up, and they're already open in most places. We're starting to see that data come in real time.
Yeah.
And there is a real increase in meeting room usage again. I think people have got to a place of a lot more comfort.
Yep.
But still a lot of people who remain remote,
Yep.
And often by choice, not because they have to.
Yes.
So it's going to be really interesting to see that data come in and see, do we need as many big meeting rooms, or do we need more huddle spaces, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, and the next question about the list, I guess, will be, does this really impact on business travel? And I guess we'll find out over the next 6 to 12 months.
I mean, anecdotally, I think it definitely will.
Sure.
A lot of people have realised you don't need to fly interstate to have a workshop anymore.
Yep.
You can do that over the internet.
Yeah. No.
One thing you said there is the cost of meeting rooms.
Yep.
I wanted to pick up on that because the cost of bringing video and bringing a dedicated meeting room endpoint into a meeting room is completely different to what it was a few years ago.
You bet.
And what many customers, even IT leaders, have in their mind when they think of bringing that.
Old-fashioned video conferencing and what that used to cost.
Yeah. Right? Even for a Teams room with everything decked out, and a great brand like Crestron in the room, it doesn't have to be expensive. In fact, it's very, very scalable across the entire organisation.
Yeah, that's right. And whether we include the wireless presentation or the data or the room booking, because there's now Teams scheduling room booking and whatever, it's, as you say, it's far more affordable than it used to be.
Yeah, you can do 10 rooms for the cost of one room back in the day.
And one thing we know for sure is you're sure going to use it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, heaps of insights there. Sorry, everybody, we've run a little long. Thanks, Peter. Thanks very much. And we look forward to seeing you again on CresTV ANZ.